2023, which is already a spectacle in itself, but you got to form in the action next year as well, because we are heading off strong with Glutonny against his opponent, which is I know that's Shiro. Yeah, Shiro. Yeah, I remember. I know that it's like a very counted amount of Yoshi main. So if it wasn't Seud, it was Shiro. Yeah. So yeah, we have Yoshi against Wario. This is a very similar matchup, I would dare say, to Mr. Game & Watch to Yoshi, right? Because Wario can also contest within the air quite easily.
Yeah, both of them look super nairs. Of course, Game & Watch having the advantage of being a little bit more disjointed with that nair, so you're going to have to be in the face of Yoshi, which is going to be exactly where he wants you, but no introduction needed for Glutonny, as he's one of the strongest, he is the strongest Wario in Smash, one of the strongest players in the world, so it's always good to see him come out. He was here for Reda last year, now at Delfino Maza, looking to continue his reign of dominance in Europe as well, on the European rankings. So far looking good for Gluto. Yoshi was able to find some pretty good anti-airs and some pretty good juggles, but Glutonny is going to be a master of getting out of disadvantage as Wario, utilizing the air drift and utilizing tricky fastball timings to avoid these situations where you really don't want to be above a character, as a character without a very strong landing hitbox, which means taking the first stock with a back air.
And even though like the fact that Wario has very, very good aerials, they're small.
Yeah.
And that's what's like a very big difference, right? And even though they're I mean, you can't really compare Yoshi Nair to like Wario Nair, because we have like a very lingering hitbox within Yoshi's Nair that can gimp, that can do a lot of things. But Wario has a difference. Wario's aerials have different like opportunities for them to be used.
Speaking of opportunities for aerials,
we call that que pedo. We get pedo because it's just like something completely different from what Gluto's used to. He's very used to like waiting for that to chop up completely, but if he sees a kill, he's gonna take it.
Yeah, basically like a rest confirm. You get it with mid charge, off and up air. It's just a great way to close out a stock. Yeah, no, I mean the full waft not going to be on deck, but still having a small waft, and you might not even need it here as Gluto. Looking to close this out with a 3 stock. Shiro having some pretty strong understanding of how to punish Gluto for landing near Yoshi, but now that Gluto has control, you're seeing the disadvantage shaping definitely in the favor of Gluto here.
Yeah, completely. And he's even starting to fish for those side tilts, right? Even though he doesn't have rage anymore, he's going to try to look for those. Goes in for the dash attack confirm. Not quite going to get it. Uses that up smash on second time, but on this shield, it's not gonna be what he wants. Specifically, tries to go in once again with the dash attack, and you see that weak hit forward air is what he wants to try to go in for those confirms into the dash attack, things like that. Even though that up air hits quite hard, not quite gonna be enough to kill at this point. And just using the platform a little bit to get out of harm's way with the back air. That is going to be the first game right here for the Gluto. Shiro is a well-renowned Yoshi player here within Mexico. However, let's see how well he fares. There's like 2 Warios here within Mexico overall, and one's Guaymas.
Yeah.
And he's like within this very remote location of Guaymas, exactly. That's the name of a city, but I don't know exactly where it is, but still like remote, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't see a lot of players with that Wario matchup knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm seeing from the Yoshi so far is that he's utilizing grounded movement very, very well to line up ways to punish Gluto for landing, and I think that's something I want to see more. And I think Smashville kind of worked against him in a sense that Wario had a lot more options to land on the platform, so it's very hard to continue that juggle, because Yoshi's a character with relatively difficult to control aerial drift at times. It's very hard to be very precise. It's easy to be like full drift in, but making those slight drift adjustments to juggle is hard. But if you're able to create some control on the ground and continue juggles, I think he's going to have a lot better time versus Gluto, because at the end of the day, that's how he did most of his damage, was catching a landing with a forward tilt or an up tilt and continuing and finding a kill with an up air. So I want to see that from Shiro here. And people say, oh, Battlefield is a better stage to land on, but I think realistically speaking, Yoshi can use Battlefield to his advantage a lot with those up airs that send up, and kind of like ladder combination.
Yeah.
I think a good stage pick for Yoshi.
Yeah, I completely agree. There are some instances, though, in which Wario can benefit a little bit more. Tries to go in right there for the Buenos Dias Monday, not quite going to hit. Yeah. But it's just very very important for players to get like these micro adjustments, right? Like this is what we were mentioning, just that slight and delay back, and then just go in once again once you avoid that little hitbox instead of just going full send forward, right? It really is a bit of a difference whenever players start to understand that just holding forward isn't always the answer. Even though in Ultimate it incentivizes that in a way, holding forward, sometimes knowing when to stop and simply resonate with what's going on and say like, okay, I can get a back air right here within the gap that's right there within the platform. That's great. I can get a down smash right here because he flopped an up B and I don't want him to grab ledge again. Go for it. And this is like those very small instances of where you basically what I'm trying to say is you have to think.
Yeah, you have to think. It's really funny because, you know, when I've asked top players about like little advice, and they always say, are you thinking when you're playing? And like people always take that to be offensive, like, oh, are you calling me dumb? But really, it's really important to think when you're playing Smash Ultimate. Like, you need to be very, very cognizant of what's going on. Sometimes, you know, it's better to continue advantage stage and go for 2%. You see here Gluto forcing Shiro on the ledge.
No!
Gonna send the semi spike as the hitbox gets cancelled by him landing. That's going to send Gluto too far, or sorry, Shiro too far to recover. A very uncharacteristic gimp on Yoshi.
Yeah, because of the armor that he has on that double jump.
Really, really strong recovery, but, you know, everybody with a strong recovery still can get given. And there's the Wario there, and very good shield draw from Glutonny. I think what happened was the stars
it hit him, right?
Instead of
hitting the shield. Yeah, completely aware. Man, this guy's knowledgeable, bro. We should bring him more often. But yeah, like you're right. The thing is with the way that Gluto is playing right here is that he is playing towards like these little edge guard interactions within like air to air. And there are not a lot of players that actually know how to contest. Whenever they have like a very air dominant player, like a character that is like Yoshi, Palatana sometimes, things like that, they don't know how to do it. Oh, he ends it with an air. Yeah, very good juggle situation. He is exploiting his advantage very well possible.
97% on that open up. Up air into Waff.
Man, tanto pedo.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what lead you think you may or may not have. It's literally just one aerial. He was just going for it the entire time. As a Puff player in Melee, I get a little bit of an endorphin spike when I see Gluto confirm up air into down B or into Waff. So it's good to see Glutonny with the strong conversions, even on a character like Yoshi.
Yeah, up air into rest, basically, like you mentioned, right? Just like a bit of a rest conversion right there. But really, it boils down to how Gluto is faring with air mobility that Shiro is offering right here. And he's not just offering it, he's saying, okay, you know what? I got you. I can pair that up and even go a little bit further than that, especially because Wario, even though he has very good buttons on the ground, he has very good buttons whenever they're used well on the air too. So it's all really just finding those situations where those aerials serve their correct function. And now I know it's like, well, yeah, aerial serves to hit the other player, right? But we also have up air that's like a kill confirm, like we just saw a moment ago. We have that back air that hits so well whenever you position yourself, whenever you're laying back, right? When you were drifting back a little bit. So it just shows how Gluto knows how to play with his character. That's why he's like literally the best Wario in the world, and he's a character specialist by definition at this point. Excellent stick.
Up the other shield to punish Shiro's aggression. Glutonny having a lot more control in the beginning part of this game from the other two. Potentially, I mean, of course, we always talk about adaptation on the player that's losing, but Glutonny, you know, even though he's winning, he's still going to adapt and try to contest the neutral game. And yeah, I mean, like I've been saying, Shiro's making the majority of the percent he's getting from juggles and popping up Glutonny, continuing juggles with up airs. And that's kind of what you want to see here. Not a lot of horizontal play for Yoshi, more so just juggling Glutonny as Wario can tend to struggle to land at times.
And Gluto, the thing is, the way that Shiro is maneuvering around Glutonny as well is something that we have to, that I have to really say I admire as well, because Shiro, whenever he goes in, tries to get those bears, tries to get like a situation where he can set up for a tech chase or something like that, and maybe get an up smash, try to get a kill confirm, anything really. He's going for it, but the thing is, Glutonny, he knows how to play against that too. So he's not trying to fall for it. He techs whenever he has to tech to avoid getting jab locked. He has to really be aware, and this is what really falls into what you were saying. You have to think whenever you're playing this game, because if you don't, it really just boils down to how much do I want to struggle before I actually just take a moment to think within what I can do.
Like Costa there, is that Glutonny is using this to very great effect to contest the air at a safe distance from Yoshi. And you see that leading into an awkward situation for Shiro to land right into that back air from Glutonny. And those, first stock situations where Glutonny takes a really long time to lose it is very bad because now you have walked online. 3 hits into an up air is going to be the end of your stock, so you have to be very, very careful here. He's going to have that in the back pocket at all times.
And it's also a pressure tool.
Yeah,
it's
you have to play differently around it. You're like scared. It's just the overall looming threat of Wario with lock is so difficult because now you have to play like weird where you're like, I don't want to be above Gluto because he's going to land an up air, and it's just like there's so much tax.
Like that.
Actual tax, and wow, Yoshi surviving that. 78%, still a lot of damage though as the forward throw comes through.
And like you were mentioning, it's just a bit of a pressure situation where you're like, okay, do I really want to play against Wario? Do I want to go like hyper aggressive? Because it doesn't go away whenever the stocks come, or whenever you take the stock, right? And if it doesn't kill you, like we saw it right here, Shiro is just struggling with the percentage, right? 174% on Gluto is something that you really don't want to see, especially as he now starts to take the offensive placing. Shiro on the left side of the stage, almost killing with the chomp right there. But this is what we were talking about, just the fact that the momentum just goes in, throws a bike at him, says, you know what, you're roadkill at this point.
Roadkill indeed. The down B is going to grab the ledge for Yoshi, but still it's looking really, really rough. He tries to contest the ledge grab from Glutonny, just putting out hitboxes and trying to catch Glutonny slipping up. But this is kind of the mode that Gluto can get into. I'm not getting hit anymore.
Yeah, no, and that's the top player switch, right? Like, I don't want to get hit, I don't want to lose anymore, and it just goes straight all in right here. Even though Gluto does trade a stock for a stock, this is Shiro's last stock right here against him. He has to make sure that everything that he can offer is being thrown out right here, and it seems like he's going for right here. However, Glutonny just immediately retaliating. Not a full charge off, so it's not going to take the stock quite yet, but it's still going to leave a very, very big dent within the morale right here, especially after that tech. He's able to get it not a backer once again. These kill screens are terrible. They're not. They are liars at this point.
He's got a lot of false kill screens for Glutonny here as
that's a real one.
Up smash comes through and takes it, punishing the up air on shield, and live and die by the up air for Yoshi.
Yeah.
Glutonny takes it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We see this high-level play at this point. We have a saying here in Mexico, once again, Gluto hermano, ya eres mexicano, which means Gluto, my brother, you're already a Mexican.
Yeah.
So right there, just giving him a little bit of advice, right? Just like, hey, how can I be better within this matchup? And this is something that I love about top players, really, really. They are not too hesitant, or just they're really friendly to approach, number one, and number two, they can give you so much advice of like how to play this matchup. Like, they tell you, I struggle against this because my character is assigned like this way. Like, look at him, he's going into the details and everything with his hand gestures and everything like that. So shout out to Glutonny. He's a really, really strong competitor, and if I recall correctly, that was the last one for us, right?
Yeah. Thank you all so much for tuning into our commentary. We really appreciate you all watching. My name is PJ the Puff. I'm a commentator from SoCal, and I've been commentating Smash for about 2-3 years now, and I'm very, very happy to be here in Mazatlan for a very, very great tournament, Delfino Maza 2023. If you want to follow me, you can check me out right here, Puff_PJ. I'll be on for Top 16 on Sunday, so if you want to catch my commentary, come by at Top 16. I'll be here. Dio, you want to say something to people?
Yeah, I'm a commentator here from Chihuahua. I'm a local out here. La gente que me conoce, pues me conoce. If you know, you know. If you guys have any commentary, like suggestions or anything like that that you want to give us, make sure that you send us a message. Feedback is always well received as well. So I think with that, any ado, if you want to come down to Mazatlan, if you have the opportunity to come down by tomorrow, go ahead and do it. You're not going to really... How do you say you're not gonna
regret it?
Regret it. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. You're not gonna regret it, and not only that, but it's a pleasure, Puff, to really be out here with you.
Yeah, very, very happy.
It's a pleasure to be here with you, man.
Thank you so much.